There are creatures the world teaches us to fear, but sometimes the ones we fear the most are the ones who save us when no one else will. A feared beast saved a dying boy in the middle of a frozen wilderness, but years later, that same boy would be the one forced to choose between saving the town or the creature that once saved his life. In the far northern wilderness of Montana, where winter swallowed entire valleys and silence felt heavier than sound, there lived a boy named Elias Carter. He was known as the Quiet One in a small logging town called Black Ridge, a place surrounded by towering pines and stories no one dared to question. Elias had lost his parents in a blizzard when he was just 7 years old. Since then, he lived with his uncle, a hardened hunter who believed in one rule above all else: survive, no matter the cost. The townspeople of Black Ridge shared one fear that bound them together: the legend of a creature they called the Black Wolf, a massive beast with piercing eyes and a shadow darker than night. Livestock had gone missing, hunters had disappeared, and every story ended the same way: if you saw it, you didn't live to tell the tale. One winter evening, Elias wandered too far into the forest. The snow thickened, the wind howled, and before he knew it, he was lost. His small body trembled as the cold crept into his bones. Hours passed, his strength faded, and then he saw it. A massive silhouette stood between the trees: the Black Wolf. Its eyes glowed faintly in the storm, its breath visible in the freezing air. Elias couldn't move, he couldn't scream. He was certain this was how he would die. But the wolf didn't attack. Instead, it stepped closer, slowly. Elias closed his eyes, waiting for the end, but it never came. When he opened them, the creature had lowered its massive body beside him. It nudged him gently, almost carefully. And then something impossible happened. The wolf lay down and shielded him from the storm. Through the night, as the wind screamed and snow buried the earth, the beast stayed. Its body heat kept Elias alive. Its presence kept death away. By morning, a search party found the boy, unconscious but breathing, and beside him were enormous paw prints. From that day on, Elias never forgot. Years passed. Elias grew into a man, but not like his uncle. While others learned to hunt, Elias learned to observe. While others carried rifles, he carried questions. But the legend never died. If anything, it grew stronger. More animals vanished. A trapper was found dead, and once again, the name Black Wolf spread fear through Black Ridge. Elias knew the truth, or at least he believed he did. The creature that saved him wasn't a monster, but no one listened. One night, everything changed. A young girl from the town disappeared near the forest's edge. Panic erupted. The town gathered, torches lit, rifles loaded, and for the first time in years, they organized a full hunt, not for survival, but for revenge. Elias stood in the crowd, his heart pounding. He knew where they were going, and he knew what they would find. The forest was darker than ever that night. Snow crunched beneath heavy boots. The air was thick with anger. Then they heard it, a low growl. The Black Wolf stepped into the clearing, larger than Elias remembered, stronger. But something was different. It wasn't alone. Behind it, hidden between the trees, was the missing girl, alive, terrified, but unharmed. The wolf didn't attack. It stood between the hunters and the child, like a guardian. The townspeople raised their rifles. "Shoot it!" someone yelled. Elias stepped forward. "Wait!" he shouted. But fear is louder than reason. A shot rang out. The wolf staggered, but it didn't run. Instead, it turned, not towards the hunters, but towards Elias. Their eyes met, and in that moment, Elias understood. The creature he once feared, the creature that saved him, was doing the same thing again, protecting, not hunting. Another shot. The wolf fell to one knee. The girl ran towards Elias, crying. "It saved me," she whispered. "It kept the other wolves away." Silence fell. The truth spread like fire, but it was too late. Elias ran to the creature, dropping to his knees beside it. "Why didn't you run?" he whispered. The wolf's breathing slowed, its massive head lowered, and then it did something no one expected. It leaned into him, like it remembered, like it knew. Tears filled Elias's eyes. For years, the town feared a monster, but the real monster was their fear. The wolf closed its eyes, and this time, it didn't wake up. Days later, while burying the creature deep in the forest, Elias discovered something hidden beneath its fur. Old scars, not from animals, from traps, from bullets, from humans. The black wolf wasn't just a creature of the wild. It was something the world tried to destroy again and again. And yet, it still chose to protect humans, even the ones who feared it, even the ones who killed it. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing in the world is not the beast in the forest, but the fear inside human hearts. And sometimes, the ones we call monsters are the ones who understand kindness the most. If you were Elias, would you have saved the wolf or the town?